Arsenal, they've spent £260 million in this window as they chase that elusive Premier League title. And Carver, they might not be finished there. Mikel Arteta looking to the Bundesliga to sign another defender. What can you tell us?
Well, they're trying to sign Piero Hincapie from Bayer Leverkusen. Now, interestingly, he has got a release clause which is around €60 million, but he's made it clear that he wants to leave, he wants to move to Arsenal. So I think Arsenal have got a little bit of leverage there to try and get him for below his release clause. But this all depends on Arsenal being able to sell players as well, because they've spent a lot of money, but they haven't really recouped very much at all so far. They're in talks to sell Hincapie to Porto. That deal, I think, is a loan plus an obligation, could be worth around £25-30 million. I think if that goes through, then they would have a better chance of signing Hincapie. But it's really, really important that he wants to move to Arsenal.
OK, let's move on to Jamie Vardy, who still hasn't been snapped up since he ended his love affair with Leicester. No better man to speak to, of course, with Leicester and Vardy than you, Rob. Where could he end up then?
I don't know.
You don't know? I thought we had breakfast with the Vardys.
I'm sorry. But he doesn't know. He doesn't know, and neither do his representatives at the moment. Look, yeah, I think the thing you have to remember is that Jamie Vardy's a free agent, so he's not tied to this transfer window. If he doesn't have a club by the time we get to 7 p.m. on Monday, it's no problem for him. There'll be still clubs out there that didn't do their business, that need a striker, and he can move to any of them as a free agent.
Is that quite a good tactic for him then? We'll just let it run out?
He could have... There are several... It's been made very clear to me there are several clubs he could have signed for already. Some of those in the Premier League, a number of them in Europe as well before now. But I think he thinks that there's some bigger and better options still to come. We've talked about the clubs that are going to have to do some business late in the window, and they're not all going to hit their first targets. So an experienced striker like Jamie Vardy available on a free transfer, you know, could be a good option for people. His most immediate option is Italian club Cremonese. They've made him an offer. They think it's a very, very good offer, and he's considering that. And I think the project there does kind of appeal to him. Cremonese, a bit of an underdog story in their own right in Serie A, and of course Jamie Vardy loves that. He's spent his entire career being that in his own mind. But I think he's going to assess his options as the window progresses. Him and his representatives are very relaxed about it. He spent most of the summer in Portugal, training on his own, keeping fit. He's ready to go. And there are a lot of options already on the table, and I think he'll take his time to decide which one he fancies when he gets closer to the deadline.
Great stuff.
Arsenal have taken a massive step forward in their pursuit of Piero Hincapie, with the Bayer Leverkusen defender reportedly giving the green light to a move. The Ecuadorian star has agreed personal terms with the Gunners, signaling his strong desire to join Mikel Arteta's ambitious project at the Emirates. Known for his versatility and defensive composure, Hincapie is seen as a perfect fit to bolster Arsenal's backline as they continue to build a squad capable of competing on all fronts. With personal terms now agreed, all eyes turn to the clubs to finalize the transfer fee. Arsenal are pushing hard to strike a deal with Leverkusen, and negotiations are expected to intensify in the coming days. Should the move be completed, Hincapie's arrival would mark yet another statement of intent from the North London side, adding quality and depth to their defense as they aim for silverware this season.